So this is a common table that we use. These are all foods that are low in glycemic index and low in glycemic load. So they're all very good for us. So peanuts, very healthy for us. Up here, just let me quickly talk about it. So this is the serving size that they're looking at. And the CHO is actually the carbohydrate content on the food label. So if you were an Atkins diet person, this is sort of what you added up to say if you had enough carbohydrates or not. But I'm going to show you that it doesn't really matter because it really depends on how quickly something's broken down. This is the glycemic index, and the GL is the glycemic load. So if we come back to peanuts, the peanuts are actually very healthy for us. You know, a 50-gram serving of peanuts gives you about 6 carbohydrates, 14 on the glycemic index, and we want to be less than 55, and the glycemic load we want to be less than 10, so those are excellent. And so these are obviously the bad foods for you. The glycemic index and the glycemic load are all very high, and I want to talk about popcorn. It's very bad for us. Weight Watchers and LA Fitness, LA Weight Loss, they all tell us they have Weight Watchers because the carbohydrate content is very low. But if you look at the glycemic index, this is almost as bad as sugar. Sugar has a glycemic index of 84. So this is a very high glycemic index, and this is something that we don't want to eat. Obviously, Wonder Bread, we know. Jelly beans, we know. Baked potatoes, if the glycemic index of sugar is 84, this is actually worse than sugar. And then cornflakes, terrible for you. One of the worst cereals out there. And we're going to talk more about the different cereals in just a minute. Next slide. So these are the 10 most common consumed carbohydrates in the United States. So we had talked about potatoes. The mashed potatoes specifically have a glycemic index greater than 100, so they're even worse than sugar. You might as well have had a bowl full of sugar. And then white bread, obviously very bad. We're going to get to cereals in just a minute. English muffins, so people think, you know, oh, I'll have an English muffin, I'll be a little bit healthier. Orange juice we talked about. And bananas, it's a tropical fruit that we want to avoid. White rice, look at that. It's 102 on the glycemic index and 45 on the glycemic load. Obviously very bad for us. Pizza, most of us know that's not very healthy for us. And pasta, once again, we had alluded to that it was not very good for us.